Good morning, everyone. We all have dreams, goals, and ambitions, but how can we achieve them in the shortest time possible? The truth is, becoming a winner isn't about luck, it's about strategy, mindset, and discipline. Today, I want to share with you a few steps to help you become a winner in anything you set your mind to, and how you can do it faster than you ever thought possible. Setting clear and specific goals is the foundation of any success. Without a defined target, it's easy to drift through life without a sense of direction. Goals provide focus and clarity, enabling you to prioritize your efforts. When your goals are specific, they act as a roadmap, guiding you step by step towards your desired outcome. This clarity minimizes confusion and makes your path forward much easier to follow. Rather than saying, I want to be successful, you should say, I want to complete my project by end of the month, or I will improve my fitness by running 5 miles every week. The more specific the goal, the clearer your direction becomes. Once you've set your specific goals, break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. Large goals can feel overwhelming, but by splitting them into smaller steps, you make them more achievable. For example, instead of just aiming to lose 20 pounds, break it down into weekly milestones such as losing 1 to 2 pounds each week. This makes the goal seem more attainable and less daunting. You'll also have the satisfaction of checking off each mini goal, which keeps you motivated along the way. Setting a clear deadline for your goal is just as important as defining the goal itself. Deadlines provide urgency, which propels action. A goal without a deadline is a goal that often gets pushed aside or forgotten. When you set a deadline, you create a sense of accountability with yourself. The closer you get to the deadline, the more driven you'll feel to complete your task. The key is ensuring the deadline is realistic so you don't set yourself up for failure right from the start. Furthermore, your goals should align with your values and purpose. If you're pursuing something that doesn't resonate with your deeper desires, you'll quickly lose interest when obstacles arise. Your goals need to have personal significance to keep you motivated. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, it should stem from a genuine interest in the culture or a specific reason, such as traveling to a country where that language is spoken. This sense of purpose will fuel your commitment to your goals. When setting your goals, make sure they are measurable. It's essential to be able to track your progress so you can see how far you've come and where you still need to improve. For example, instead of setting a vague goal like I want to read more, set a measurable goal like I will read 30 minutes every day for the next month. Measurable goals not only keep you on track, but also give you a tangible sense of accomplishment as you hit each milestone. In addition to measurable goals, make sure your goals are achievable. While it's important to push yourself, setting goals that are too ambitious can be discouraging. For example, if you've never run before, aiming to complete a marathon in a month might be unrealistic. Instead, set a more achievable goal, such as running a 5,000 after a few months of consistent training. Achievable goals are the ones that allow for progress while still challenging you. Another critical element of goal setting is writing them down. Research shows that people write down their goals are more likely to achieve them. Writing them down solidifies your commitment to them and helps you stay accountable. Additionally, when you write down your goals, you can revisit them regularly to remind yourself of your priorities and adjust your approach if necessary. Finally, revisit and revise your goals as needed. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes your original goals may no longer be relevant or feasible. It's important to reassess your goals periodically to ensure they still align with your current circumstances. Be flexible and willing to adjust your goals as you grow and learn along the way. A winning mindset is the cornerstone of achieving success. It's not enough to simply have the skills or the resources. What truly separates winners from others is their mental attitude. The mindset you cultivate shapes how you perceive challenges, setbacks, and even your own abilities. Winners see obstacles as opportunities for growth, not as roadblocks. By adopting this positive and proactive mindset, you start to transform challenges into stepping stones that push you closer to your goals. This shift in perspective can dramatically accelerate your progress, allowing you to tackle anything that comes your way with confidence. One of the first steps in developing a winning mindset is to believe in your own potential. Self-doubt is one of the biggest barriers to success. The moment you start doubting yourself, you begin to limit your possibilities. To break through this, you must affirm your capabilities and embrace the belief that you have the power to achieve anything you set your mind to. Remind yourself daily that you are capable of learning, growing, and overcoming obstacles. Positive self-talk plays a crucial role here. Telling yourself, I can instead of I can't shifts your focus from limitations to possibilities. In addition to believing in yourself, cultivating resilience is a key part of developing a winning mindset. Resilience allows you to bounce back after setbacks, failures, or disappointments. Everyone faces failure at some point, but winners view it differently. They don't see it as a permanent defeat, but rather as a temporary setback. By learning from mistakes and moving forward, you develop a mental toughness that keeps you going, even when things get tough. Resilience empowers you to stay on course, no matter how many obstacles you face. Another crucial element of a winning mindset is embracing a growth mindset. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, suggests that intelligence and abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. A growth mindset is the opposite of a fixed mindset, which believes that talents are innate and unchangeable. People with a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities to improve and learn. They're not afraid to step outside their comfort zone because they understand that failure is simply part of the learning process. Adopting this mindset makes it easier to embrace challenges and become better with each experience. Winners also maintain a high level of self-discipline. Without self-discipline, all the skills, knowledge, and determination in the world will not be enough to achieve lasting success. Discipline means having the ability to stay focused on your goals, even when distractions arise. It means doing the hard work consistently, even when you don't feel like it. Self-discipline ensures that you keep moving forward, even when the excitement fades or when things seem difficult. It's the backbone of turning your vision into reality, no matter how long it takes. Visualization is another powerful tool for developing a winning mindset. Top athletes, successful business leaders, and performers often use visualization techniques to mentally rehearse their success. By visualizing yourself achieving your goals, you not only create a vivid image of success, but also program your brain to recognize the necessary steps to get there. Visualization helps to reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed, boosts motivation, and increases your chances of achieving the outcome you desire. The more detailed and frequent your mental practice, the stronger your mindset becomes. Winners also prioritize emotional intelligence as part of their mindset. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, control, and express your emotions, as well as to manage relationships with others effectively. This emotional awareness helps you navigate through both professional and personal challenges with empathy and understanding. Emotional intelligence enhances your decision-making skills and enables you to remain calm and composed in stressful situations. By fostering these emotional skills, you increase your ability to perform at a high level and maintain strong, healthy relationships with others who can support your success. Lastly, adopting a sense of gratitude is a powerful tool in developing a winning mindset. Winners understand that success is not just about what you achieve, but also about appreciating the process and the journey. Gratitude helps to keep your mind focused on the positives, even when things don't go according to plan. It fosters an attitude of abundance rather than scarcity, making it easier to attract further opportunities. Practicing gratitude shifts your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance, creating a foundation of happiness and motivation that propels you toward your goals. Prioritizing your tasks is one of the most effective ways to maximize productivity and accelerate your success. In today's fast-paced world, we often find ourselves overwhelmed with responsibilities both big and small. Without a clear understanding of what truly matters, we risk spending time on tasks that don't significantly move us closer to our goals. Prioritizing allows you to focus on what's important and allocate your energy toward high-impact activities. The key is understanding that not everything requires the same level of attention or urgency. By prioritizing correctly, you can make more meaningful progress in a shorter time. To prioritize effectively, you first need to clearly define your goals and objectives. When you know exactly what you're working toward, it becomes easier to determine which tasks will help you achieve them. For instance, if your goal is to finish a project at work, you need to break it down into tasks and decide which steps are the most critical. Focus on completing those tasks first before moving on to less urgent matters. In the absence of clear goals, it's easy to get caught up in busy work that feels productive but doesn't actually contribute to your larger objectives. One of the most popular methods for task prioritization is the Eisenhower matrix, which divides tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. This method helps you visually sort your tasks based on their level of urgency and importance. The idea is to spend the majority of your time on tasks that are important but not necessarily urgent. These are often the tasks that drive long-term success, but are often overlooked because they don't come with immediate pressure. Another technique for prioritizing is the 80/20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. This principle states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. When you apply this to task prioritization, it means identifying the few tasks that will produce the greatest return on investment of your time. Rather than spreading yourself thin by trying to tackle everything at once, focus on the key actions that will yield the most significant results. This mindset shift ensures that you are dedicating your energy to the most valuable tasks and not getting lost in the noise. In addition to prioritizing by importance, it's crucial to consider your energy levels throughout the day. We all have natural energy peaks and troughs, and aligning your most important tasks with your highest energy periods can make a huge difference in the quality of your work. For example, if you're most alert and focused in the morning, reserve that time for your most challenging or high priority tasks. For less demanding work, such as emails or routine administrative tasks, consider scheduling them for times when your energy is lower. This approach ensures that you are always working at your best. When prioritizing, it's also essential to avoid the trap of perfectionism. Many people waste time trying to make every task perfect, which leads to unnecessary delays and frustration. While quality is important, it's equally essential to know when good enough is truly enough. Striving for perfection can result in a constant cycle of revisions, causing you to fall behind on other important tasks. Instead, focus on getting things done efficiently and effectively, then move on to the next priority. Perfection is often a moving target, and your energy is better spent on progressing rather than endlessly fine-tuning. Learning to say no is also a crucial aspect of prioritization. You will encounter many requests and opportunities, but not all of them align with your goals or are worth your time. Saying yes to everything will dilute your focus and prevent you from dedicating enough time to what truly matters. By becoming comfortable with turning down tasks that don't serve your objectives, you create space to focus on your most impactful work. Saying no isn't about being rude or uncooperative. It's about protecting your time and energy for the tasks that will bring you closer to success. Finally, remember that prioritization is not a one-time task. It's an ongoing process. Life is dynamic and your priorities will shift as new opportunities and challenges arise. Regularly reassess your to-do list and adjust your priorities accordingly. At the start of each week or day, take a few minutes to evaluate what's most important and make adjustments based on any new developments. Being flexible in your approach ensures that you stay on track and remain adaptable, which is key to achieving success in a short amount of time. Consistency is often the difference between success and failure, especially when it comes to long-term goals. It's not always about working in short bursts of intensity, but rather about maintaining a steady pace, day in and day out. Winners understand that the path to achieving their goals is paved with small, consistent actions. Whether it's sticking to a fitness routine, working towards a career milestone, or making incremental improvements in your skills, consistency creates momentum. Over time, those small efforts compound and lead to significant results. Staying consistent is about developing habits that support your goals, even when the initial excitement fades or when challenges arise. One of the first steps to staying consistent is to create a routine. Routines help automate your actions, so they become ingrained in your daily life, making it easier to maintain forward momentum. When you structure your day around your most important tasks, you eliminate the need for decision-making and avoid procrastination. For example, setting aside a specific time each day for focused work or exercise makes it easier to keep your commitment to those activities. A well-planned routine turns success into a matter of habit, reducing the mental energy required to take action each day. However, consistency doesn't mean rigidity. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go according to plan. It's essential to be flexible and adapt to changing circumstances while still maintaining your overall trajectory. For example, if you miss a day of your workout routine or miss a deadline, don't give up entirely. Instead, adjust your schedule and continue with your efforts the next day. Consistency is about maintaining your commitment to your long-term goals, even if you face setbacks along the way. Flexibility allows you to bounce back from obstacles without losing sight of your progress. To stay consistent, it's also important to track your progress regularly. Monitoring your progress provides a visual reminder of how far you've come and can boost your motivation. It's easy to get discouraged when you're working hard, but don't see immediate results. However, tracking even small milestones helps you realize that your efforts are not in vain. Whether you're tracking your word count for a book you're writing or logging the number of hours you spend learning a new skill, seeing your progress reinforces the habit and makes it easier to keep going. Accountability is another powerful tool for maintaining consistency. When you have someone to answer to, whether it's a mentor or a colleague, you're more likely to follow through with your commitments. Accountability partners help keep you on track and provide support when things get tough. They also offer encouragement and constructive feedback, which can be invaluable when you encounter roadblocks. Having someone to share your goals with creates an added layer of motivation, making you less likely to let yourself off the hook. Another crucial aspect of consistency is managing your energy, not just your time. Working hard and staying consistent requires a sustainable level of energy. If you push yourself too hard without taking time for rest, your performance will drop and your motivation will wane. It's important to balance hard work with adequate rest and recovery. When you're well rested, you have the energy and focus to remain consistent in your efforts. Incorporating breaks, exercise, and relaxation into your schedule can help you recharge, making it easier to stay on track without burning out. Patience plays a major role in staying consistent. It's easy to become frustrated when you don't see immediate results, but understanding that success is a process will help you stay the course. Winners don't give up after a few days, weeks, or months of hard work. They understand that achieving significant goals requires time, and they trust the process. Whether you're building a business, training for a marathon, or learning a new skill, the key is to maintain your efforts over time. The patience to stay consistent, even when progress seems slow, is what ultimately leads to success. Lastly, staying consistent requires self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to push yourself to take action regardless of emotional state or external circumstances. It's the drive that keeps you working toward your goals even when distractions arise or when you're tempted to put things off. Cultivating self-discipline takes practice, but the more you rely on it, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. One effective way to develop self-discipline is to start with small, manageable tasks and gradually build up. Each success strengthens your self-discipline, making it easier to tackle more significant challenges and remain consistent in the long term. Failure is an inevitable part of success. No one achieves their goals without facing setbacks or challenges along the way. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is how they respond to failure. Winners understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or potential, but a valuable learning experience. Rather than allowing failure to define them or halt their progress, they use it as a stepping stone toward improvement. By embracing failure as a natural part of the process, you open yourself up to growth and new opportunities, making you more resilient and determined to succeed. The first step in learning from failure is to accept it rather than resist it. Failure can be uncomfortable, and it's natural to feel disappointed or frustrated. However, when you fight against failure, you waste energy on negative emotions instead of using that energy to learn and move forward. Accepting failure as part of the journey allows you to take responsibility for your actions and focus on finding solutions. When you accept failure, you're less likely to get stuck in self-pity or blame, and instead, you're more likely to take proactive steps to improve. Once you accept failure, it's important to reflect on what went wrong. Reflection helps you identify the specific reasons for your failure and allows you to pinpoint areas for improvement. Ask yourself critical questions. What could I have done differently? Were there any warning signs I ignored? Did I overestimate my abilities or misjudge the situation? By honestly evaluating your actions and decisions, you can gain valuable insights that will prevent you from making the same mistakes in the future. This self-awareness is key to personal growth and success. In addition to self-reflection, seeking feedback from others is crucial when learning from failure. Sometimes it's difficult to see things from an objective perspective, especially when you're emotionally involved in the situation. By reaching out to others, whether it's a mentor, colleague, or friend, you gain fresh insights and constructive criticism that can help you improve. Others may notice things you overlooked or suggest alternative approaches that you hadn't considered. Surrounding yourself with people who can offer honest feedback can accelerate your learning process and help you avoid repeating the same mistakes. Failure also provides an opportunity to adjust your approach. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that the way you've been doing things is the only way. However, failure often indicates that a change in strategy is needed. Instead of persisting with a method that isn't working, use the experience to adjust your approach. This might involve trying a different tactic, learning new skills, or even reevaluating your overall goals. Flexibility and adaptability are essential for growth, and each failure teaches you to be more innovative in finding solutions. An important part of learning from failure is cultivating resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. It's about maintaining a positive attitude, even when things don't go as planned. Resilient individuals don't dwell on their failures. Instead, they focus on the next step and keep pushing toward their goals. Building resilience requires practice and perseverance. Each failure you face provides an opportunity to strengthen your resilience, making it easier to handle future challenges with a clear mind and renewed determination. Another aspect of learning from failure is maintaining a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset see failure as a temporary setback, not a permanent defeat. They believe that skills and abilities can be developed over time through effort and learning. This mindset encourages you to embrace challenges, take risks, and keep improving, knowing that failure is part of the learning process. Instead of feeling defeated, those with a growth mindset view failure as a valuable experience that ultimately brings them closer to success. By adopting this mindset, you shift your focus from the fear of failure to the opportunity to learn and grow. Finally, learning from failure requires patience and persistence. The road to success is rarely a straight line, and setbacks are part of the journey. It's important to remember that failure doesn't mean you're not capable of achieving your goals. It simply means you need to adjust, learn, and keep going. Patience helps you maintain the long-term view, knowing that success comes with time and continued effort. The most successful individuals are often the ones who experience multiple failures but refuse to give up. By staying patient and persistent, you build the resilience needed to overcome future obstacles and keep progressing toward your goals. Taking action is arguably the most crucial step in achieving success. It's easy to get stuck in the planning phase, reading books, attending seminars, or making elaborate to-do lists, but none of that will matter unless you take the first step toward your goal. Winners understand that success doesn't come from passive thinking or wishing for things to change. It comes from actively pursuing goals and making steady progress. Taking action is the catalyst that propels you forward and generates momentum. And once that momentum is in motion, it becomes much easier to continue moving ahead. The first step in taking action is overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is a natural hurdle, but it can be debilitating if not addressed. Many people delay taking action because they fear failure, feel overwhelmed, or struggle with perfectionism. However, the more you delay, the further away your goal moves. A powerful way to combat procrastination is by starting small. I don't wait for the perfect moment or for everything to be in place. Begin with the smallest step possible, even if it's just 5 minutes of work. Once you begin, you'll often find that the momentum you generate carries you much further than you expected. Momentum is an essential part of taking action. When you take consistent steps toward your goal, no matter how small, you begin to build momentum. This momentum creates a sense of progress, which in turn motivates you to keep going. Momentum is what turns a single action into a habit, and habits are the backbone of success. Over time, small actions lead to significant outcomes. When you create momentum, the act of moving forward becomes easier, and you start to see tangible results. The more consistent you are, the more momentum you generate, and the quicker you make progress toward your goals. One way to maintain momentum is to celebrate small wins along the way. Celebrating progress, even minor achievements, reinforces positive behavior and fuels motivation. For instance, if you're working on a big project, take time to recognize when you've reached certain milestones, whether that's completing a section of the project or hitting a target date. Acknowledging these small victories keeps you focused and reminds you that every action counts. This boosts your confidence and drives you to keep pushing forward, even when the going gets tough. Another way to embrace action is by focusing on consistency rather than perfection. The desire to be perfect can often paralyze us and prevent us from taking the first step or following through. However, the key to success is not doing everything perfectly, but simply doing it consistently. When you consistently take action, you refine your approach through experience, and you learn from any mistakes along the way. This iterative process of doing, learning, and improving ensures that you make continuous progress. Perfectionism can hinder your ability to move forward, but consistent action keeps you in motion and creates opportunities for growth. One of the most powerful aspects of taking action is the shift from theory to practice. It's easy to read books and talk about goals, but real learning happens when you apply what you've learned. Whether it's applying a new business strategy, testing a workout routine, or trying out a new approach in your personal life, the application of knowledge in the real world leads to the most valuable insights. Action provides feedback, and that feedback is what helps you refine your strategies and make smarter decisions. This cycle of action and feedback helps you stay agile and adaptable, ensuring that you continue progressing even when things don't go as planned. In addition to taking action in alignment with your goals, it's important to surround yourself with an environment that fosters progress. This includes both physical and mental space. A cluttered environment can create mental distractions that prevent you from staying focused. Organizing your workspace, creating clear goals, and removing distractions will make it easier to take action. On a mental level, surround yourself with people who motivate and inspire you, whether that's mentors, colleagues, or friends who encourage you to keep going. A positive, focused environment helps you stay on track and take action when needed. Finally, it's essential to recognize that taking action involves embracing risk and stepping out of your comfort zone. The fear of failure often holds people back from taking bold actions, but taking risks is a necessary part of growth. When you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you open up opportunities for new experiences, greater achievements, and valuable lessons. Winners take calculated risks, knowing that even if they don't succeed immediately, they'll gain valuable insight and experience that will ultimately propel them toward their goals. Stepping outside of your comfort zone accelerates your personal growth and helps you build the resilience needed to continue taking action even in the face of uncertainty. The people you surround yourself with can have a significant impact on your success. Our environment plays a crucial role in shaping our mindset, behavior, and overall outlook on life. Winners understand the power of positive influences and consciously choose to surround themselves with individuals who support, encourage, and challenge them to grow. Having a strong network of positive influences can inspire you to take action, hold you accountable, and provide valuable feedback along your journey towards success. In contrast, negative influences can drain your energy, fuel self-doubt, and hinder your progress. One of the most important aspects of surrounding yourself with positive influences is choosing people who share similar values and goals. When you connect with individuals who align with your aspirations, you create an environment of mutual support and encouragement. These people understand the challenges you face and are more likely to offer advice that's in line with your ambitions. For example, if you're working toward a career goal, having mentors or colleagues who share your drive for success can help you navigate obstacles and stay motivated. Aligning with like-minded individuals strengthens your commitment and makes it easier to stay focused on what truly matters. Positive influences also include those who challenge you to think differently and push you out of your comfort zone. Being surrounded by people who are constantly growing, learning, and striving to improve themselves can inspire you to do the same. Challenges offer different perspectives that can help you broaden your thinking and approach situations in new ways. Rather than simply agreeing with everything you say or do, they ask thought-provoking questions, provide constructive criticism, and encourage you to step up your game. This kind of feedback fosters personal growth and helps you develop a mindset of continuous improvement. Another critical component of positive influences is emotional support. On the journey towards success, there will be difficult moments, times when you feel discouraged or when you question your ability to keep going. Having a support system of people who are there to listen, provide encouragement, and remind you of your strengths can make all the difference. Positive influences act as a safety net, offering reassurance when self-doubt creeps in. They remind you that setbacks are a part of the process and help you regain perspective, which keeps you moving forward even during tough times. In addition to emotional support, surrounding yourself with positive influences provides accountability. When you share your goals with people who care about your success, you invite them to hold you accountable for your actions. Accountability partners help keep you on track by checking in on your progress, reminding you of your commitments, and offering encouragement when necessary. This accountability system ensures that you stay focused on your goals and don't let procrastination or distractions prevent you from taking consistent action. Having someone to answer to can be a powerful motivator that accelerates your progress and helps you stay disciplined in your pursuit of success. Networking with positive influences also opens doors to new opportunities. The right connections can introduce you to resources, collaborations, and avenues for growth that you might not have encountered on your own. Whether it's job opportunities, partnerships, or new business ventures, surrounding yourself with the right people can help you access opportunities that align with your goals. When you actively engage with individuals who are successful, positive, and forward-thinking, you expand your network in ways that create more chances for advancement. In essence, positive influences can open the door to success in ways that would be difficult to achieve on your own. It's also important to be mindful of the impact of negativity in your environment. Negative influences, whether they come from toxic relationships, pessimistic co-workers, or even social media, can erode your self-confidence and stifle your growth. They often contribute to a fixed mindset where challenges feel insurmountable and failure becomes a reflection of your abilities rather than an opportunity for growth. In contrast, positive influences encourage a growth mindset where challenges are seen as opportunities and failure is just a stepping stone toward improvement. By distancing yourself from negativity and focusing on surrounding yourself with people who uplift and motivate you, you create an environment where success becomes more attainable. Finally, surrounding yourself with positive influences requires you to be proactive about your relationships. It's easy to fall into a passive mindset, allowing relationships to form organically. However, when you are intentional about the people you spend time with, you create a powerful network of individuals who inspire and support you. Seek out mentors, peers, and colleagues who are committed to their own success and are willing to share their knowledge and experiences. Similarly, cultivate friendships that foster positivity, growth, and mutual respect. The more you invest in building relationships with positive, motivating people, the more you create a support system that will help you succeed. In the pursuit of success, one of the most important qualities you can possess is adaptability. The world is constantly evolving, and circumstances can change rapidly. Winners understand that sticking rigidly to one approach or way of thinking can limit progress. Instead, they stay flexible and are open to change. This adaptability allows them to pivot when necessary, embrace new opportunities, and remain resilient in the face of challenges. By being adaptable, you can turn unexpected situations into stepping stones for growth, ensuring that you are always moving forward, regardless of the obstacles that arise. One of the first steps in developing adaptability is cultivating a mindset that views change as an opportunity rather than a threat. Change can be uncomfortable, and many people resist it because it disrupts their routine or forces them to step into the unknown. However, those who are adaptable see change as a chance to learn, innovate, and improve. For example, if a new technology emerges in your industry, rather than feeling threatened by it, you can embrace the opportunity to learn it and use it to your advantage. Shifting your perspective on change allows you to embrace the challenges that come with it and turn them into opportunities for personal and professional growth. Adaptability also requires you to remain open to feedback and new ideas. As you progress toward your goals, you will inevitably encounter individuals who offer different perspectives or suggest changes to your approach. Being open to this feedback, even when it's difficult to hear, is essential for growth. Instead of becoming defensive or dismissing other suggestions, adaptable individuals take the time to listen, evaluate, and incorporate useful feedback into their strategies. By being receptive to new ideas and approaches, you allow yourself to grow and improve in ways you may not have anticipated. This openness fosters a culture of continuous learning and encourages you to remain at the cutting edge of your field. In addition to embracing feedback, adaptability involves a willingness to change course when things aren't working. In the pursuit of success, not every plan or strategy will yield the desired results. It's important to recognize when something isn't working and be willing to adjust or pivot. Whether it's changing the direction of a project, altering your approach to problem solving, or switching to a new business model, adaptability means you aren't afraid to reevaluate your methods. It's not about abandoning your goals, but rather adjusting your path to better align with the current reality. This flexibility ensures that you don't waste time and resources on strategies that no longer serve your objectives. Part of staying adaptable also involves embracing uncertainty and risk. Many people avoid change because they fear the unknown. However, those who succeed understand that uncertainty is an inevitable part of life. Rather than fearing change, they embrace it as an integral part of the process. Taking calculated risks is often necessary to achieve significant success. Whether it's launching a new product, changing careers, or exploring a new business opportunity, adaptability helps you navigate the uncertainties of life and take action despite not having all the answers. The willingness to step into the unknown is what allows you to unlock new opportunities and growth potential. Another aspect of adaptability is the ability to manage stress and stay calm under pressure. Change can create anxiety, especially when it feels sudden or overwhelming. However, adaptable individuals are able to maintain their composure during times of uncertainty. They understand that reacting impulsively or panicking only exacerbates the problem. Instead, they focus on staying clear-headed, taking one step at a time and making informed decisions. Practicing mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing or meditation can help you stay centered in times of change, allowing you to make more thoughtful, effective decisions. Stress management is a critical skill for staying adaptable in a world that is constantly shifting. In the pursuit of success, staying adaptable also means being proactive about learning and skill development. The world is constantly changing, and so are the skills required to succeed. Rather than resting on your laurels or relying on past knowledge, adaptable individuals continuously seek to expand their knowledge and capabilities. Whether it's learning a new software program, keeping up with industry trends, or acquiring new certifications, being open to learning ensures that you remain competitive and relevant in your field. This proactive approach to personal and professional development makes you more adaptable and better equipped to handle future changes. Lastly, staying adaptable involves letting go of perfectionism and accepting that mistakes are a natural part of the process. Perfectionists often resist change because they feel that everything must be done perfectly before taking action. However, adaptability requires a willingness to take imperfect action, learn from mistakes, and adjust accordingly. Accepting that not every decision will be flawless allows you to move forward more freely. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, you maintain the momentum necessary to succeed, even when things don't go as planned. This mindset encourages resilience and adaptability, making it easier to navigate the ups and downs of life. One of the most important ingredients in achieving success is the ability to maintain focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, making it harder than ever to stay on track with your goals. Winners understand that success is built through consistent, focused effort over time. It's not about sporadic bursts of energy or occasional moments of inspiration. It's about staying focused and putting in the work day in and day out. Whether you're working on a long-term project, pursuing a career goal, or striving to improve your health, the ability to maintain focus and consistency ensures that you make steady progress toward your objectives. The first step in maintaining focus is setting clear, specific goals. When you know exactly what you're working toward, it becomes much easier to direct your attention and energy toward that goal. Vague or undefined goals can lead to confusion and indecision, making it harder to stay motivated and consistent. By setting clear, measurable goals, you give yourself a roadmap to follow, and you can track your progress along the way. This clarity provides the necessary direction to maintain focus and helps you stay aligned with your priorities. Another key component of focus is eliminating distractions. In a world filled with constant notifications, social media, and other distractions, it's crucial to create an environment that minimizes interruptions. This might mean turning off notifications on your phone, setting specific times for checking emails, or designating a quiet workspace for deep work. By intentionally removing distractions, you create space for deep focus, allowing you to be more productive and make the most of your time. The distractions are inevitable, but developing strategies to manage them can help you maintain your focus throughout the day. Maintaining focus also involves learning how to say no. It's easy to get caught up in taking on too many commitments, especially when you're driven by the desire to succeed. However, spreading yourself too thin can quickly lead to burnout and scatter your attention. Being focused means being selective about where you invest your time and energy. Saying no to distractions, unnecessary obligations, and things that don't align with your goals helps you stay on track and maintain the energy needed to achieve your objectives. Focused individuals understand that not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and they prioritize what matters most to them. Alongside focus, consistency plays a pivotal role in long-term success. Success rarely happens overnight, and it's often the consistent, small actions that lead to the biggest results over time. Whether it's showing up every day to work on your business, exercising regularly, or dedicating time to learning new skills, consistency is key. Winners understand that even on days when they don't feel motivated, it's important to continue putting in the work. Consistency compounds, and the more consistently you take action toward your goals, the closer you get to realizing them. Establishing habits that align with your goals helps you stay on course, even when motivation fluctuates. An important part of consistency is building routines. Routines provide structure to your day and help you stay focused on what's important. Whether it's a morning routine that sets a positive tone for the day or a work routine that helps you stay productive, having a set structure makes it easier to stay consistent. Routines take the decision making out of the equation, as you know exactly what you need to do and when. This minimizes wasted time and energy, allowing you to focus on the tasks that will move you closer to your goals. A consistent routine also helps you overcome procrastination and stay disciplined. However, consistency doesn't mean rigidly sticking to a plan that no longer works. Being consistent with your actions is important, but it's also essential to be flexible and make adjustments when necessary. If something isn't working, take the time to assess why and make changes to improve your approach. Consistency means sticking to your goals, but it also means being willing to adapt and adjust your methods to keep moving forward. This balance between consistency and adaptability ensures that you stay on track without getting stuck in ineffective patterns. Lastly, maintaining focus and consistency requires resilience in the face of setbacks. No journey towards success is without challenges, and there will inevitably be times when you encounter obstacles or experience failure. During these moments, it's easy to lose focus and become discouraged. However, those who are successful know that setbacks are temporary and they don't allow them to derail their progress. Instead, they maintain their focus on the long-term goal and continue to take consistent action, even in the face of adversity. By developing mental toughness and resilience, you build the strength necessary to stay focused and keep going, no matter what challenges arise. Failure is an inevitable part of the journey to success, yet it is often feared and avoided. Winners understand that failure is not something to be afraid of, but something to embrace as a learning opportunity. Every failure holds valuable lessons that can propel you closer to your ultimate goals. By reframing failure as a stepping stone rather than a setback, you shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of growth. Instead of avoiding failure, seek it out as an essential part of the process, knowing that it will provide you with the insights and experiences necessary for success. The first step in embracing failure is understanding that it is not a reflection of your worth or abilities. Often, when people fail, they internalize it as a personal flaw. However, failure is simply an event, not an identity. It does not define you or your potential. Instead of blaming yourself or feeling defeated, view failure as an opportunity to gather data. What went wrong? What could have been done differently? What lessons can you take away from this experience? By removing the emotional charge from failure and approaching it with a neutral mindset, you can gain clarity and make more informed decisions moving forward. Another way to embrace failure is to cultivate resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and continue pursuing your goals despite obstacles. When you view failure as an inevitable part of the process, you stop seeing it as a reason to give up and instead see it as a challenge to overcome. Resilient individuals understand that failure does not signal the end of the road, it's merely a detour or a lesson learned along the way. Building resilience requires developing a growth mindset, which believes that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and perseverance. The more resilient you are, the more likely you are to stay focused on your goals even when failure knocks you down. One important aspect of embracing failure is acknowledging that it often leads to breakthroughs. Many of the most successful people have failed numerous times before achieving success. In fact, failure can sometimes be the catalyst for major breakthroughs. For example, Thomas Edison famously failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Each failure brought him closer to finding the right solution. When you embrace failure, you are more likely to keep experimenting, adjusting your approach, and eventually discovering the right path. Failure forces you to rethink your strategies and come up with more creative, effective solutions, leading to greater innovation and success. Learning from failure is a crucial skill. To truly embrace failure, you must reflect on what went wrong and extract valuable insights from the experience. This process of self-reflection allows you to identify patterns, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. Instead of simply moving on after a failure, take the time to analyze the situation. Was there a lack of preparation? Did you miss any critical details? Could you have communicated more effectively? By honestly evaluating what went wrong, you can avoid making the same mistakes in the future and refine your approach for better outcomes. Another key element of embracing failure is maintaining a positive attitude throughout the process. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned, but a positive attitude allows you to stay motivated and continue learning. Rather than dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what you can control and how you can move forward. By maintaining optimism and a solution-oriented mindset, you can turn failure into a valuable experience. Embracing a positive outlook helps you keep your energy high, even when faced with setbacks, ensuring that you remain motivated to continue pursuing your goals. Failure also teaches you humility and empathy. When you fail, you are reminded that success is not guaranteed, and you become more aware of your limitations. This humility can foster a greater sense of empathy toward others who are struggling or experiencing setbacks. Understanding that failure is a part of everyone's journey makes you more compassionate and supportive of others. By learning from your own mistakes, you gain a deeper appreciation for the struggles others face, which can help you build stronger, more supportive relationships. Empathy also strengthens your ability to collaborate and work as part of a team as you learn to support others through their failures as well. Lastly, embracing failure builds confidence. It may sound counterintuitive, but failure can actually make you more confident in your abilities. The more you fail and learn from those experiences, the more you realize that failure is not something to fear, but something you can overcome. Each time you fail and recover, you grow stronger and more confident in your ability to handle challenges. As you continue to take risks and face failure, your belief in yourself and your resilience increases. This growing confidence propels you forward, enabling you to take on even bigger challenges with the assurance that you can learn, adapt, and succeed. In conclusion, becoming a winner in every aspect of life is not about shortcuts or overnight success. It's about mindset, discipline, and perseverance. True winners stay focused, embrace challenges, and learn from every experience, whether good or bad. They remain adaptable, consistent, and resilient in the face of setbacks. Success is not about never failing, it's about rising every time you fall, learning from your mistakes, and pushing forward with even greater determination. If you commit to continuous growth, take action with confidence, and refuse to give up, you will achieve extraordinary success in a short time. The journey may not always be easy, but with the right attitude and effort, victory will be yours.